I'd like to know the services that you offer there. I got it.
Okay. Okay. So you would like to know? I think I spoke to you earlier, Kenya.
I would just want to know the
Can you hear
services in general.
services in general? Okay. So we're the United Way, and what we do is when like funding comes in, we have grants that we give to some of the organizations in Victoria, like to Community Action, Boys Club, Midcoast, different places like that. And so what the United Way does is um, we give out that funding to those people. And then right now we have like an organization that helps seniors, that are have staying within their budget and learning to pay their bills. So we have
That's all.
this
Those
young
are all the
lady that
services that
helps.
you offer. Yeah, you called and then you said if you have to check and see if I'm a good fit. Because I would be
Well,
commuting,
no, no,
but
no.
I'm just trying to get clarity. Because I would be commuting. I've moved, so someone else
Yes.
told me about the class, but they didn't have to check. You didn't have to check and see if they would be a good fit.
No,
They
no, no, no,
automatic. That's
no.
what you just said. You said that you had to check and make
No,
sure that I was a good fit for this class.
no. That's not exactly what I meant to say. What I meant to
Oh,
say is what you do is you talk to this individual, and then he'll tell you about the class, and then y'all decide together whether it's something that's going to work for you. It's not like they don't.
I just really for 10 years, it's been impossible to get clarity on what organizations offer. So you told me about the
Right.
class for seniors. I'm not quite certain if I'm actually considered a senior. So that's the only
Okay.
thing
No,
that
no,
you offer, period, at United Way.
no, no, no. And then, like I said, I was just trying to go through the thing. We also have the getting ahead class that we started, and what they do is they're going to work with you to teach you, different things of how to handle your finances, how to handle, what's going on, like
We've
bills
already
and,
went over that. You called me when I was in the middle of something, and then you said that for that
uh,
class, then you said you misspoke because I was in the middle of something, and then you called and then said that you had to check and see if I was a good fit, and nobody else had to have that limit, that requirement. But it's been a pattern for me for years. So you then
oh
at
no,
first
no, honey,
you said that
oh no, don't.
you said that you had to check and make sure I was a good fit. I don't know how you miscommunicated that in error, but you did. That's what you said. And then now I'm asking you what you offer, and then you keep repeatedly telling me about the same program, excluding all the other assistance that you give others. I've had to
Okay, well, we
endure this
don't.
pattern years to get nowhere. So it's quite frustrating to go location to location, and they're scamming any way they can, and to not get caught and deprive you of services, which is a felony. So I'm not quite certain on what to do if no places will give me services, including the police department. I don't know. I mean, if you're
Well,
refusing to tell me what you offer, like everywhere else I'm at, I mean, I can't combat that. I'm just living in the civil rights movement.
I'm so sorry that you feel that way.
I'm
I
just not quite
am.
certain on how it could be anything different if you won't tell me what you offer. You keep telling me about this one class with finances for seniors.
Okay, well, that's what you had told me that you were calling about.
I asked
You
about
told
the
me that you've
class.
been
Somebody referred me over to the United Way,
right, and
and
that's
then
what. Yeah.
I just communicated with you that I'm asking for the services that you offer. And for some reason, it's prearranged that nobody ups any information, and they don't. So I can talk
Okay.
to Kingdom Come begging for services that others get, but it hasn't happened in 10 years. So if you're refusing to
Well,
give me the
what
services
type
that
of
you offer
services
everyone else and enforced by the government, I can't combat that. And law enforcement is enforcing that I stay violated.
Okay, well, if you would like, I can have my supervisor call you back. I'm telling you what the United Way does. Okay, we don't give funding to anybody
I'm not quite
that's
certain on what the
uninsured.
relevancy is if you're giving funding. Are you giving me funds? Because I'm asking for the services,
No,
and you're telling me that you give funding for other things that is not relevant to the reasoning for my call. Let me look online. This is how, and then we'll see how you can deny with me looking online. Just one moment, and I'll see what services you offer. This is it when I'm out and about. These calls to ruin my day. I come call to dangle services that I'll never see for 10 years. Just one moment, man. Okay, it says something about Habitat for Humanity, financial stability, food bank, Meals on Wheels. You there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Is that correct?
Okay, so if you, I'm going to tell you what United Way does. Okay, we give out resources. We have different nonprofit organizations that we work with. We help clients. We give resources about where they can find food. We give resources like, for instance, if you need an ID or a driver's license and you don't have the funds to pay for it, we find resources to help you pay for it. And that, of course, all of it has different, like, for instance, if your license is expired for a
I
long
just really
time,
don't have the
then
strength,
you
ma'am,
have to
because
go.
people have been scamming any kind of way that they could to deprive me of assistance and knowledge. And I'm out and about, and I just really haven't got anywhere for a decade. So it's just I'm tired
Okay.
of running around location to location trying to con that any way they can and not get charges to deprive me of assistance. Okay, first you wanted to talk
Okay.
about the financial assistance program. That's all you wanted to repeatedly talk about, and then I asked you for other information on what you offer. Now you're saying you offer resources. I just don't want to be antagonized and violated trying to get services. And then go in person and go through the long drawn out thing, and someone's infuriated that I want to be treated like a human being, and then have that part of that location be in cahoots when I get there to scam to keep me from services. So I'm tired of running around location to location, commuting, driving around, going here and there with no car for people to violate me repeatedly over and over with no consequences. So this bizarre person had me come to this environment and other peculiar situations with this one person. So my life is really bizarre. So nonetheless, she referred me to you, and I don't know if it'll be games. Okay, ma'am.
Right. Okay.
If you're unwilling to give me services like other locations, it's fruitless. I'm out and about. So if this man wants to call me back, and if he's willing to tell me what you guys offer, I don't know. I've left a message and he hadn't returned my call. And then you said he was out.
Yes, he is. He is out.
Yeah, but I
And
left a
not only
message a
that,
couple of days ago and he hasn't returned my call. And then you're saying he's out today.
well,
Oh,
no, he's not. He's working today. He's out in the field right now. Okay. And like I told you, there is a lot of resources that we give out. We don't actually help you. We
but
try
I
to help
mean,
you
we're
find the
deflecting on the fact that
resources.
there's resources, and then for 10 years, the people are saying that everyone has resources for me to go somewhere else to not get services they offer for 10 years.
Well,
So
the
I
reason
don't
why
really, and
is
then you have to
is
fight to get the resources. So you're telling me you don't, as well as every location I'm at, they want to refer me to another location to get services that I never see. So, but I'm not really
right.
understanding the benefit of asking what you do there for you to, direct me back to another location. And I can't know what you do there for 10 years at all locations I come in contact with.
Okay, well, I can have my supervisor call you because
It's
I'm
just a
getting
runaround, ma'am. It
anywhere
just
with you.
ruins my day to
I
repeatedly. I'm just trying to prove that I get these calls when I'm out and about. It's like a prank call. They dangle services and then play mind games just to upset me, and I just have to prove it's repeatedly happening. Like you called and said we have to see if you qualify for this class, and then you changed it to
well,
you said it in error. So, but that's
it's
how I'm
not that
treated.
I'm just telling you that you need to talk to that person
No,
because
you
I'm not in
said
charge of
when
that person.
you
I
interrupted
told
me and
you
you
that
said
you
that we
need.
have services, and I
I
told you
told
I'm just not quite certain on why I repeatedly
you know
experience
what?
this.
I will have my supervisor call you.
It's like a
Okay.
prank call, ma'am. I get nowhere. It's deliberate mind games. I'm just trying to
Okay.
prove it's
Well,
happening.
if you want, I can have her call you.
I don't
Okay.
understand why
I'm
you reached
sorry
out to
that
someone and then don't know why you called them. You called me. You call
you
me
called
to
me
offer
first.
services
Okay.
that you
No.
don't have knowledge that you have. This is a repeated pattern. So you call this number. You said you call back to give me resources. Then you said I
I
had to call.
returned your
Ma'am, I'm
call
not able to
to find
speak.
out
I'm not
what
able
you
to speak,
needed.
ma'am. This is a pattern. You call me to give me resources. Then you don't have knowledge
You
and you have
called
to
me.
escalate to a supervisor. Then you said for this one class
No, because you're not
that
listening. No, you're not
I'm not
listening
able
to
to
me.
speak,
I
ma'am.
trying
You're
to
gaslighting me because I'm not able
communicate
to
to
speak.
you.
I'm not, you're gaslighting
Okay,
me. I'm
thank
not
you.
able to
Have a
speak.
good day.
When they get caught in lies, they hang up. So the fact remains
Thank
that
you.
she called me and asked me for services, told me that she had resources. Now that she realizes she doesn't make sense, how can you call someone to give them services and you don't know what services you offer? You called and interrupted my day to give me years of this. Called and interrupted my day to give me services and don't know the services that she called to give me. Then she has to escalate to a supervisor because she's getting caught in her con. It's like a prank call. You just have to prove it's happening.
I'm not calling you. You
I
called
thought
me.
you hung up. Ma'am, you had to go when I was telling you what happened. You had to go. I thought you hung up. This is abusive. If you didn't have time, you called me to not have time. Why would you
I did
place
not
a
do that,
call
ma'am.
and you have to get off the phone without giving me
I
the
did.
services? I've had to endure this nightmare years.
Okay, well, I have to go because
Well,
you know what?
you said that a long time ago. I'm
You're
talking
not
to
giving
somebody
me.
else. I don't know why you're on the. This is like a toxic prank call. It's to antagonize, violate, and torment. Knowing I want services, so they have them call and then say that the supervisor has to tell them. It's just a mind game. You just have to prove it's happening. So let's see how much time is wasted. 11 minutes for this nonsense. Not to mention the call earlier to interrupt to get nowhere. She called me to not know why she called, and then had to get off the phone when she realized how ridiculous that was.